Um, hey, I'm Paul. Naturally, I'm quite shy, and I'd probably rather be down the back with my family in the back corner, hiding away. Um, but yeah, I don't want to be. When I got asked to do it, the only excuses I had were I'm too shy or I'm scared, and I didn't want to be a slave to that. So I was born in Opotiki, down past Whakatane. I was number 3 of 4 children. Can you check that photo up? Yeah, I had. That's me, my older brother up in the middle, and my younger brother there. And that was one of my cousins. So, and the next one? Yeah, that's my sister there. That's my younger brother. My older brother's not there. But yeah, so I've got a older sister, older brother, and a younger brother. My dad was a lawyer, and Mum looked after us as kids, as well as having a few part-time jobs. They're over here. Mum and Dad. So I grew up in a Christian family. Mum and Dad were always leaders in the Potiki Baptist Church, as well as doing a lot of community activities like Girls Brigade and Bible in schools and Christmas in the parks and stuff like that. Yeah. I went to Opotiki Primary School and Opotiki College. So I was born and raised down there. Opotiki was a pretty cool place to grow up in as a kid. There are beaches and rivers and bush and gravel roads and large grassy rest areas. So you could do a lot of fishing and hunting and rally driving and handbrake slides and picnics. Other than that, we did a lot of sports. I played soccer and badminton, and Dad coached us in swimming. We were competitive swimmers, our family. Yeah, at one stage we had carnivals every weekend, going around Whakatane and Kauru and Rotorua. I've carried that on up here, not competitive swimming, but just swimming, and been playing a bit of cricket and for Ngarawahia social, and playing badminton over in Raglan. After leaving school, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. At a mechanics course at Polytech, at Wintec. After uni, I took a break and went and worked at Ingham's Chicken Factory at Waitoa for 6 months. That was pretty cool. Heaps of rascals. actually, yeah, heaps of refugees there, and yeah, heaps of young fellas. So while working there, I figured out what I was going to do, which was going to Intec. I ended up staying at one of my mum's friends' place. It was Val, I don't know if you know Joy and Val McConnell. Yeah, I stayed at Val's place. They were both on the same property in 2 houses. Yeah, so I stayed up in the front house with Val. Joy, now that I look back, Joy played quite a big part in my journey, faith journey. She got a guy from a similar age guy to come from her church to come pick me up and take me to Primal Youth in Frankton back then. And yeah, that was a pretty cool place for young people to catch up. She sorted me out with the church. We went to Northwest Baptist Church over in Rotokauri. She even got me work experience at Affordable Autos back in the day when Don Boland owned it, which is Russell's old man, if you know Russell Boland. Yeah, his old man was my boss. Yeah. So I ended up doing work experience at Affordable Autos. I had a Christian boss and a Christian workmate, which is cool. One day, my boss called me into the office, and he told me to sit down and shut the door. Shut the door and sit down. And I was like sketching out because, what have I left out? Have I done the bolts up or stuff like that? And then he just said, "Have you been baptized?" And I was like, "No." Yeah, why not? I was like, "Just haven't." Didn't really see the point at that time, and prefer not to be the centre of the attention. While I was going to Primal Youth, a busload of us went up to Get Smart conference in Auckland, and that's where I gave my heart to the Lord. And shortly after that, I got baptized. I got baptized down in Mpotiki. Actually, could you check those photos up of the fish? I forgot to. That's me there with the big hair. And my big kingfish. The kids been hanging out to see that. Pretty mean, eh? It's like 22 kg. And then next one. And that was my snapper. Not that one. So that was back to what we did in Mpotiki. But baptism. That's it. I got baptized in Mpotiki by Dad and another elder, John. That was down in Mpotiki, down at my uncle's farm at the estuary. There's a group of us there. So there, over those couple of years, like 3 years, quite a lot happened. Everything just fell into place. Found my career. I gave my heart to God. found church, got Christian mates, heaps of stuff. Now that I look back, I think it can only be God, like, setting everything up. And I failed to mention that the Christian mechanic that I was working with had a pretty sister. So yeah, the more time I spent with him, the more time I spent with her. So yeah, we used to go out and I used to look forward to going out Friday nights, doing the laps in the back seat of the Commodore, going around corners and, you know how it is. Yeah, so we got to know each other, and got married. I think I was 22, and she was 21. Yep. From then we, had kids. Got 5 boys and a girl. They're all down there. If I was going to tell you all the lessons I learnt from having kids, and that, I'll be here all night. But yeah, definitely looking back over my life, I can see God's hand over it. So I was very thankful to my parents' example. Always going to church. Always getting us to go to church. And just their commitment to God and all their prayers. Just a couple things that helped me in my faith. Bible verse my old boss told me was from 1 Thessalonians. Oh, did you chuck those wedding photos up? Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, that's me and that's Lorelei. Yeah, and that's us. I was in Impala. Had high Joes. Yeah. Okay. So 1 Thessalonians 5, chapter 5, verse 18. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. My old boss Don told me that verse. Got me through a lot of just like frustrating times. You can't see anything happening, like why is it happening, or just things aren't going right. And when you give thanks, it just takes your mind off it, puts it all on God, takes it off you, and you just learn to trust in God's will. Be thankful. Another one. Luke 15:28-31 is the prodigal son story. There's a preacher that preached at church about this. It was the prodigal son story, but he wasn't talking about the prodigal son. He was talking about the older brother. I'll just read it. The older brother became... so you know the story, eh? This is the end. the older brother became angry and refused to go in. So his father went out and pleaded with him. But he answered his father, "Look, all these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when the son of yours, who has squandered your property with prostitutes, comes home, you kill the fattened calf for him." "My son," the father said, "you are always with me, and everything I have is yours." Yeah, that there struck home to me because I'm the sort of fella who likes to earn my way. To earn people's respect, just earn my keep. Yeah, and it's hard to accept that. All these years I've been slaving for you. Like, people can look at God like that. Like, all these years I've been trying to be good. Trying to be good. And you can just picture God saying, you don't have to try and be good. You've already got everything. You've already won. You've already got eternal life. It's already yours. You don't have to keep trying to please me. It's like I could, you take the focus off yourself. Like, when you're in that, you're like, oh, I got to try and do this. I got to read the Bible and see what I got to be like. I got to, I can't do that. I got to do that to please God, sort of thing. But the thing is, it's around the other way. Like, you got to get to God. You got to get close to God to become like God. You can't become like God and then you can't try and be like God and get close to Him. You got to go to God first to become like Him, and that cleared up a lot. Because it's just like being in a family. You don't have to earn your way into a family. You are just in the family. And when you accept God into your heart, you are in that family. You don't have to keep earning it. You're in it. So those are a couple of things that really helped me and stick with me. I'll go on, keep going. So right now we bought a house out Highbrook. We moved out of Hamilton and moved to Highbrook, just down the road. But because we had 6 kids, active kids, and we needed space for them, so we went in with Laurelie's mum and bought a place out there. And so we started looking for a church, and I always remember going past here and seeing Surfside Church, the big sign. So I googled it and found that it wasn't actually here, it was in Raglan. So we went out there, and it was cool. Ben Slater came up to me and welcomed me and was real nice to me. And I think Marie got me a coffee. Yeah, just want to say that counts, that matters. And yeah, the pastor was pretty cool too. No, he is. Lots of, So we made lots of friends, and we were part of Surfside, the Surfside family. And so God's been on hand, has been on our lives, directing us all the way. Another example of that was on Easter weekend. We went down to Opotiki to see Mum and Dad. And it was a pretty cool weekend. We caught heaps of kahawai and did a umu for the church. Did a whole sheep and had a meal after church as part of the service. That was pretty cool. On the way back down the Tauranga motorway, where the road's nice and smooth, I could hear a noise, like a wheel bearing noise from the van, just like a woo 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 woo, like that noise. And because it's a smooth road, I could sort of just feel it in the steering wheel as well. So I was thinking, just a wheel bearing. I have a look at it when I get home. It was in the back of my mind while I was driving, so I had to be a bit careful, sort of. And I just noticed it sort of gradually getting worse, which isn't really a wheel bearing thing, because wheel bearings don't get that bad that fast. And just down the other side of the Kaimais, I had just a feeling in the steering wheel, like it went sort of loose, like it just floated a bit, and that was a bit weird. So just a little bit past Te Poi, I was like, to Lauralee, I was like, better pull over just to check that the wheel's not falling off or anything. I pulled over, had a look around the wheels, and there were 2 wheel studs snapped off on the left front wheel, fully snapped, like the studs are snapped off. And I was like, 2 studs are snapped off, and the wheel was loose. So I was like, I'll just tighten them up to get home. I grabbed the wheel brace and just went tighten the next one. Tink, snap. There was 3 gone. I was like, whoa. And went to another one, tink, just like lightly, like they were pretty much not counted. So there were 4 wheel studs snapped on one wheel. And the thing is, like, I've driven cars with loose wheels, because I'm a mechanic, and it just feels wobbly. You've got time to figure it out, and it gets bad and bad, but the wheel stays on. But when the studs, like, they just snap, it's gone. Like, one more wheel stud, and there's no more wheel. So we were stuck on the side of the road, which I was really grateful for. I wasn't complaining about that. Then while I was sitting there figuring out what we were going to do, I thought I'd, steal a couple of studs off the back and put them in the front. So I went to, take the rear wheel off, and another stud snap. So I was like, nah, we're getting a trailer or a towie or something. So we eventually made it home. And that was just another example of God looking after us, because that could have been pretty bad. So once again, God's hand of protection over us as a family. So thanks, guys, for being my friends and for listening and for helping me overcome my fears. And I love God and being part of this church, part of the church. So